So,
all right, we are live. What is up? Fans. Sorry, StreamYard was acting crazy, but just wanted to let you guys know what we're going to be talking about today. We are recapping essentially what happened at mini camp for the past couple days, and I'm going to talk about a few other things and get some of your guys' questions. So let's jump into it. What is up, Fin fans? Sorry about that. I kept hitting the button, and then I hit the button and it worked, and all three of us were like, ah! But we are officially live. Real quick, I have to shout out the sponsor, and that is BetUS. Go check them out. Use the promo code YouTube 150, get 150% on your first deposit, 125 on your next two, up to $2,000. Also, you can check us out.
what was that?
That was me. My hands are up in the air. You can also check us out.
Did it work, though?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay. I've been down for a while. It's working now. Okay.
You can also check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, you want to become a member, you got to hit the join button next to the subscribe button. And I found out that it only works on the computer. So if you're mobilely watching us, you can't join the membership. It's only on the computer, but you get some cool stuff. You get the custom emojis that you're seeing in there of our beautiful faces. We're going to probably add some more emojis. You get monthly membership messages.
I got to look at these faces that they have of me. But anyway, that's another story.
If you go on the YouTube, you'll see it pop up. They're not there.
And I just want to say something, okay? Because TD was reading out a comment. He got all in his feelings like TD usually does about a fan who was saying we going live doing a Panthers Stanley Cup game. And here's my thing. You can't have your phone up and listening while the television. Do you need to hear the hockey? Just a question.
Now that is
start till 8 o'clock.
It's not even till 8 o'clock, people.
No, and we'll be done at like 8:30, man. Only three of us today because Alan's out there fighting crime.
No, Alan's in Canada. He's in Canada.
Fighting crime. He's the Canadian Batman.
He's taking care. He taking care of all my business right now.
Don't worry though. I took care of it, guys. Don't worry.
You took care of it?
See, I took care of it.
I need to hear how you took care of it.
Well, he said that he was upset, Cliff.
Oh, man.
So then I responded with, "Bye, Cliff. Don't let the door hit you."
Don't go to different wavelength.
Yeah, we're talking about different conversation.
Oh,
you ain't take care of that, huh? You just continue the podcast with the enemy.
Oh, Lord.
Tag me in. Let's real quick look at the graphic that BetUS has sent us to talk about. It's crucial games. First four games: Colts, Patriots, Bills, and the Jets. You got the AFC Central of the old days.
Are these the crucial games because they're the first four?
Yeah, just the first four.
Or these the most crucial games of the season?
No, just the first four.
Oh, okay.
First four.
Considering that they're all AFC games,
and
they're critical, actually. Yeah.
And three of them happen to be division games. It kind of is probably the most crucial stretch of the season.
And aren't two primetime? Is a Thursday and a Monday?
Why do you care about primetime? Just curious.
Because the Dolphins don't play well.
They guarantee losses.
Unless
the Cowboys and Jason Sanders having a good day.
I've never looked at it that way. I'm going to think about it very hard and tell you that I think they're okay at prime time, but I have no proof or evidence of this.
They're not, Omar, period. Like when you go look it up, they are not at all, especially at
okay.
home.
They're like okay because like the game that Tua came back was that Steelers game, 2022, and we won, but we won by a Noah Igbenogany interception, so it was like,
see how far back you got to reach.
Yeah. Oh no, Monday night against the Rams. That was a good game.
They all was just coming back off of the injury. The whole offense.
Yeah, Monday night against the Rams. See, y'all are full of crap.
They were just coming back off
of the season last year. See how quickly y'all forget.
Man, but the sample size is small. I will say that. Every time we face the Bills on prime time, though, we get
stop it. The Bills, come on. You know they punch you in the face every time.
They scare me.
Because Josh Allen is your daddy.
Yeah,
he is every Dolphin fan's daddy.
Yep, so, pretty much. It sucks. And it's so funny because if you go back and watch that draft, Bills fans booed that draft pick. They did not like Josh Allen's draft pick.
Josh Allen has never played an average game against Miami.
No, even his rookie year, if it wasn't for the clay drop, that clay drop, they would have.
Wait. That clay, yes, his losses are a clay drop, and then he ran out of gas. Him and his team ran out of gas.
One of them, he threw in the dirt at the end of the game.
Yeah,
the guy was wide open.
What we're talking about. But they ran out of gas. That heat and humidity at 1 o'clock.
That's what they say. The Bills fans were like, when I talk about that, they were like, he had heat stroke. That's why he threw it in the ground. I'm like, heat stroke, my
no,
butt.
they most of them get IVs. And this is the truth. Who was I talking? Ashton Davis,
Pickle Juice.
The new Dolphins safety. And I was just asking him, I was like, is that 1 o'clock? Miami game in September really a big deal? He's like, yeah. He's like, y'all got us out there, y'all got the enemy out there baking in the sun while the shade is on you. And he's like, yeah, it's serious, which is why the NFL it's a completely unfair advantage, which is why the NFL does not really allow Miami to get that many 1 o'clock.
And it sucks though, because it's the same the other way. When we go to New England in January, it's gonna be freezing. They don't give a crap.
I guess they look at it as both teams got to play in it, though.
True.
That's true.
You can't get heat stroke, or
for us, we literally have our stadium designed to eat the visitors. I mean, you just see the outline in the stadium in the field of the highlighted.
It's like the sun literally starts at the sideline.
Yeah,
it's right up.
And their fans, the ones that pay the good money seats too for them.
Yeah.
There was a game. I went to the game where Jay Jai went off against Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
And I was at that game, and I had to get tickets last second, and I was sitting 5 rows up on the 30-yard line, away side.
That's bad.
Cooking.
Dude, they gave out these things that said "Go Dolphins." Me and my dad were just standing there holding it while we were watching the game.
You were cooking. Yeah.
Oh my God. And I'm Polish and Irish, so I burn. So I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Looked like a lobster. It was bad. But yeah. I like it. Hey, give us more 1 o'clock games and stop giving us cold games. I want to win some games. So today were you guys at practice today, or was it
what they had a walkthrough today. And this is common for the final mini camp session for, I can't even remember how many coaches go back. Joe Philbin, Brian Flores. I remember one year, and this really stands out to me. I don't think that was a mini camp session. It was literally the first time I met Brent Grimes. Joe Philbin took the team to Dave & Buster's to do a charity event on a final day of something, and that was the first time I'd met Brent Grimes. And one of the media members I was like, point me in the direction of Brent Grimes, because I'd never met him. I'd never met him and never talked to him. And they go, oh, he's over there shooting baskets. He's over there shooting baskets with the kids. And y'all know what Brent Grimes looks like now. Brent Grimes like 5'8".
One of the kids.
Yeah, he's like 5'8".
You know which one.
I was like, which one is he? Because he looked like all of the kids.
My God.
And it's funny, if you know Brent, he acts like a kid.
Yeah.
And boy, did Miko get on my ass. Because I didn't even know who Miko was. But man, because obviously I tweeted it out, and I was like, this is hilarious. This guy's gonna save y'all season. He looks like a 12-year-old. Man.
Oh my God!
And he was
did that interception against Detroit.
Brent was one of the best athletes that I've ever seen ever covered in my life. I would put him. He's on my Mount Rushmore of great athletes. Right after him is Cameron Wake, probably Tyreek Hill. I don't even know who my fourth of great athletes. Probably Andre Wadsworth, at Florida State. Oh no, Andre Johnson at University of Miami. Man, but athlete. People don't know Brent can still jump out of a pool like
flat-footed. I heard you say that. That's weird.
No,
jump out of a pool.
I've seen it jump out. Just he can just, it's automatic. He can just, that's how he gets out of the pool. He doesn't walk upstairs. He just jumps out of the pool. Like it's when I tell you it's the freakiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can't imagine it.
When they used to practice, there's a period special teams, which is, I hate special teams periods. We usually get 2 per day, and I hate special teams period. But guys who are too valuable to play special teams, they just go do whatever. Brent is usually walking on his hands, or he's punting the ball, or he'd just be doing something stupid, something just like. But they all like, yes, this week during the special teams period, Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips, they're like catching tennis balls. They're on their knees catching tennis balls. And a lot of the newspapers have pictures of it, and with one hand, and it's like they gotta catch the tennis ball. It's like they find like the weirdest drills for these guys to do when special teams is going. It's only like probably like 8 guys who don't, who are too valuable to play special teams.
Yeah.
And that's when quarterbacks they start throwing into the targets and throwing into trash cans and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Did you because today's presser, he was Mike McDaniel was asked about what Bradley Chubb said about lying. Did you catch that, TD?
I heard about it. And that's all I had to hear. I mean, Bradley Chubb, thank you for your honesty. What I've been telling people all along, everybody be lying to overinflate each other because they protecting each other and they protecting the team. McDaniel's #1 rule. And not everything is a lie, obviously, but he didn't really mean it like, oh, they're lying. He's just saying it ended up being a lie, so they lied. So it didn't turn out the way that we said, therefore it was a lie. Now we need to own it and make it real.
That's pretty much the sentiment
it was a flip on words to say it was a lie, to have more conviction towards let's change that, to me.
No. It was my question, and y'all know me. I've been here too long to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You know what I'm saying? So this whole culture change thing, it just makes me real uncomfortable. You know how many cultures I've seen around here? You know how many culture changes I've heard about? I'm probably at double digits of culture changes. And it's just, and that's just the theme. You don't even have to ask about it. All these guys, they're just like, yeah, we're trying to change the culture. We're trying to change the culture. It's about actions. It's not about talking. It's about holding people accountable. And the funny thing is, I've heard all of this before from this team, but apparently they weren't doing it. And remember when, what's the whack safety? I always forget his name. The one that was bad last year from Buffalo. He's that.
Jordan Poyer.
Jordan Poyer. Remember when he came out and was basically like, yeah, y'all, Dolphins are a team that folds. They're soft. They punching them out there. I mean, we all know this is true, but nobody else on the team they might whisper about it, but and he said it out loud, and they had to address it. They clearly got in their feelings. I don't know what, and I asked McDaniel today about that question. Like, there were so many players retained and returned from last year's team, but they were not the same team. I covered the 2023 team. This was not the same team, not even close to the same team. They didn't even enjoy each other's company. Like they didn't celebrate.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it was hard it's hard to celebrate the season because you were struggling
When
all
you
year.
ain't scored.
Yeah.
Nope.
We lost TD.
I lost.
Hopefully he checks back in. But I and he talked about how, he's been he had to learn that the hard way, and he learned that the hard way early in his career in Washington, the year after RG3's first season, where, they go to the playoffs their first year as a coaching staff under Mike Shanahan, and then they win 4 games the next year. So it was, and I could tell you, I've covered the NFL for 17 years, and that was really the first time I learned, like, you can't take the same foundation of a team and expect that same team. That's the first time I'd ever seen that. I just,
well, it's going to be another shift this year.
Huh?
It's going to be another shift this year, whether good or bad. It's still another shift.
Yeah,
this isn't the same team.
It's not even close to the same team. Not even close. I'm watching them perform. Not even close to the same team.
Now, is it a better than 2024, or is it a worse than 2024?
You gotta
too early for me to say.
Stop, Omar. Stop.
Too early for me to say. Here's the thing that I can say that I'm encouraged by. While the cornerbacks and the safeties aren't doing extremely well, the pressure that they're getting is leading to more turnovers. More pick sixes, more plays, balls in defenders' hands. Not that they're good, because they're not good. I can't tell you that the cornerbacks are good.
What pressure are you talking about, though?
From the edges, from pressure on the quarterback.
But we're gonna grade that all based off of our O line. Okay.
I mean, and
we don't know.
In the practice that I've ever seen, Tua's only throwing 1 interception. Tua doesn't throw interceptions. There aren't balls. That's the thing about Tua, which people like TD will not put no respect on. There's no like stray balls flying everywhere or a misfire or
it goes straight to the defender when it happens. It ain't. Yeah. It goes straight there. It ain't stray. It ain't nothing.
Well, I was gonna say, a lot of times the interception is the receiver's there, and then the
receiver went the wrong place, and the defender
didn't get to the spot.
Yeah, receiver didn't get to the spot. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Tua will flat out. He tells the truth serum. He will flat out tell you he's a spot thrower. He doesn't.
Every quarterback is a spot thrower.
No, every quarterback is not a spot thrower.
No, Omar,
I can promise you right now, and Zach Wilson even talked about it in his press conference. Zach Wilson needs the receiver to be open. He wants the receiver to be open. He's waiting for the receiver to be open. He is trying to learn, throw to spots, anticipate, make my progressions, get the ball out, stay on time. And he talked about it. Tua's a master at it. Like, Tua's been a master at it before he even got there. Tua is so good at keeping on schedule and progressions and reads and throwing the spots and like Tua does some drills and footwork stuff and turn around. He'll turn around, turn his back, and throw the ball. Not even look
to the spot.
And the receiver will be there catching his stride. So it's crazy to watch.
Omar, this is my thing, though. This is my thing, because this spot throwing thing, I try to explain it a different way to people, because I just think people really missing what I'm saying here. Kurt Warner even talked about it. The way we do it, it's going to work way more than it doesn't. That's why it's great, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is, that's why all his interceptions, where you're like, why would you even throw it? And you look at the film. Oh, look what happened to the receiver early in the route. That's why he threw it. But to me, I get the spot throwing, and he's a lead at that, putting it right where in that spot. But anticipation, I have a different thought process of that. For me, it's like, if you hike the ball and you're back to pass, 1, 2, 3, put it in that spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, put it in that spot, right? But anticipation to me is 1, 2, 3. Oh, You just jammed the receiver. He ain't going to make it to that spot. So let me adjust the spot. That's anticipation to me.
He does, but he does adjust the spot.
No, he doesn't.
It totally depends.
No.
Why
he doesn't read it? That's why those picks go straight to the defender.
Why do you think they have so much motion in their offense? They have so much motion because it predetermines to Tua what they're doing.
Yeah, man or zone or
that man zone. This guy's getting jammed. If this guy's going to, and that's the thing, Tyreek can't get jammed. If Tyreek gets jammed and he looks at it, got to move off to spot number 2. Done. It's over for Tyreek because you're not going to be at the spot that I need. So you're right from that regard. So that's why teams are now, they're pressing Miami. But the difference with the pressing Miami now versus last year's, they're pressing Miami and their safeties are 2 to 4 yards deeper than they should be for fear of, oh, you press us, we lose. Because if you press Miami and you lose, that's your you know what. Now everybody is like so far back, and this is what Mike has said. Now everybody's so far back that if you press them and even if they win, it doesn't matter, which is why he's got to throw to the check down because the safeties are so far back. And that's what Mike has talked about for the last 2 days. If they cannot run and make you respect the run, make these safeties have to come up the 2 yards, we suck. We suck because there's nothing we can do. Our big play is gone. All we're going to do is throw checkdowns all day because that's what's there.
But Omar, and this is what teams are doing, though. Yes. They're actually, to a degree, in some cases, they're giving you the run. And even if you get off with the run, that's just going to keep the game close, and we feel better than executing late in the game than another team. What happened?
Name the game they get off. Name the game they got off on the run.
No. I'm not saying that they did, but here's what a lot of our O-line obviously is getting obliterated in that piece of it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna you have to look. A lot of the coverages that defenses do, some of it is just purely disguised. I mean, I got quotes from players
purely disguised.
Yeah, I got players in the NFL, including one from Houston, literally saying, "We already know we're gonna force him to make the throws that he's not good at." They give us the outside in those situations.
But then I got a question. Now, does that go into what Booger McFarland was talking about and how the offense is a little bit too predictable? Because in that Houston game, you had the head coach saying there's going to be a tight end screen to Jonnu.
Let's give it a timeout on that. I want to don't connect Houston with what Booger McFarland is saying because Houston's head coach has an intimate knowledge of Mike McDaniel. They work together. They coached against each other. There is an intimate level and understand. He knows what Mike is thinking. That's a completely different ballgame. It's just like Mike knows what Sean McVay's thinking. That's why Mike has had success against Sean McVay. When you get to those intimate relationships, that's a little bit different.
But we're talking
and Tua talked about Houston. They did something I was not prepared for. They did something I wasn't prepared for. And what people don't understand or respect is he didn't have the line to protect it. Who was starting at right tackle? Carmen.
Was it Patrick Paul?
No, it was not Patrick Paul.
Oh, it was Cameron.
Jackson Carmen.
Oh
Jackson
my God,
Carmen,
that was
first game ever at right tackle. That was a disaster. He did not have the line to protect him. And remember in that game, they were playing, I forget what the receiver's name is, that he got killed. And Waddle was out. They had Tyreek at receiver.
Yeah,
that's it. Tyreek.
But my thing is, Omar, the better
Malik Washington was hurt. They had in that game, they had Tyreek. And all they did was put the best cornerback in the game on Tyreek and bracket Tyreek.
But my thing is the best teams, the ones that are real contenders, when we play them while we look so bad, they literally say, here you are on a silver platter. The things Tua doesn't do well, it's open. If you kill us with it, hey, you earned it. If you don't, we're going to stifle this run all day. We're going to stifle the deep guy all day. And yeah, you're gonna get some on occasion. You notice those big games, that deep crosser and that deep, we always get like 1 out of every 7 in the big games. But in the regular normal games, we 5 out of 7. We eating.
I don't even think they throw the deep crosser as much as they should. But
they don't throw it as much anymore because they always have, like, a lot of times you see 2 high safety, but sometimes they go in a single and they just got all 3, the 2 corners and the safety just backing up. So that crosser that you got a corner on the opposite side can come underneath it every time. They are literally giving the boundary 10 to 20-yard boundary throw all game.
But that's how teams are going to play Tua. And I'll tell you, he can beat it. He can beat it.
Not consistently, though.
But he can beat it. He can beat it.
No, Omar, you got to be able to do it consistently. Okay. I remember, I forgot which game it was.
He can beat it.
I forgot which game it was.
He can beat it consistently. He can beat it. But
that's what it's about.
But if you run, you don't have to. If you run and you have success running, it's a complete team game. If you run the crosses, you know why they don't throw the crosses? Because they can't protect for the crosses.
That's true. You don't have enough time.
You don't have enough time. It's a complete team game. Everything is always on Tua to some people, and it's not just Tua. Now, can I tell you he can throw outside an entire game? No, he cannot.
No.
And I can tell you the only time I ever worry about Tua is he's trailing and teams are saying beat us outside. Forget
every drive matters now.
Forget when they know he's got to throw. And they're like, okay, beat us outside. Forget it. It's done. And he's gonna try to kill you in the seam, and that's about it. And he can maybe get you 1 or 2 outside, but it is what it is. But every quarterback cannot do that. And do I need a perfect quarterback? Would I like a perfect quarterback? Absolutely. How many are there in the NFL?
All the guys that are those guys, top 12 can do it.
How many of them are in the Hall of Fame?
What's our goal? I don't care if you make the Hall of Fame.
Just answer the question. How many of those guys are going in the Hall of Fame?
Hey, a lot of them still playing.
Wait,
what do you mean in the Hall of Fame?
You're playing in the era with 4 Hall of Famers.
Who?
Mahomes, Allen, Lamar,
and probably Burrow, maybe.
Yeah, but they all can do that.
Yeah, I didn't say they can't.
So this is that notion y'all keep bringing up. Well, there's only 5 guys in the league that can. Well, you need one.
Okay,
they're not easy to find.
You keep looking. The problem is if you don't look, you'll never find it.
I didn't say you shouldn't look. I didn't.
But this team doesn't, Omar.
I didn't say they do.
They never do. Even before Tua, they never do.
I didn't say they do. My main criticism: why have the Dolphins been mediocre for 2 decades? Very bad constant change in culture, bad leadership, and fear of quarterbacks competing. That's my 3 reasons.
Fair.
And they are absolutely fundamentally, and this is not something that's ever going to change because whoever don't believe in it, like in the 5th round, I wasn't against drafting Shedeur Sanders. I wasn't against
Me neither.
I wasn't in the 5th round over Jordan Phillips. Why not? But hell no. To them, hell no. They don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want that smoke. Grier was like, we thought about it, and then we drafted Jordan Phillips.
The last year that we had Tannehill going into that draft, we could have got Josh Allen, and we didn't.
No, they wanted to get Josh Allen. Josh Allen visited. They met with a lot of people. Buffalo jumped over them to get Josh.
If they wanted to get him, they didn't want him. They had Tannehill.
They were going to draft the quarterback that year. They were going to draft.
You mean to tell me if they didn't jump us, the Dolphins that was
possibly, yes, possibly. Yeah. I personally don't believe that, but yes, Adam Gase was going, ready, willing. They had done that wasn't a year where they had like, oh no, we ain't looking at quarterback. Oh no. They had talked to all 3 quarterbacks, and he was obsessed with Baker Mayfield.
It was that time with Tannehill too. It was that time to look for one.
They were going to select a quarterback. They really, and Adam Gase always says that it was Baker, Darnold, and I believe Josh Allen. They did not like Josh Rosen, which is why when this guy, Chris Grier, traded for Josh Rosen, it made absolutely no sense to me. But that's a whole nother conversation. And then they want to excuse that on, it was the offensive coordinator who really liked him, so we went out and got him. Bull crap.
Yeah, blame Chan Gailey for it.
No, it wasn't Chan Gailey. It was the guy. It was like Brian Flores' other best friend.
O'Shea, I think.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
There's always a scapegoat.
There's always no. They blamed him for and that guy sucked. Anyway, that's a whole different conversation. They are even back to the Ryan Tannehill, Matt Moore. They were terrified of Matt Moore, because if Matt Moore got out there, you would have seen that defense and them offensive players ball out.
Y'all disrespect Tannehill too much, man.
I don't remember if it was you or someone else. I might have been you that was talking about how Matt Moore wasn't good in practice, but in the game, he was a different guy.
Yeah, he's a gamer. He's absolutely a gamer. He was not a great practice player. And this is, I'm quoting him now. What Adam Gase did not like about Matt was that Matt didn't do it exactly how I told him to do it. Matt always wanted to improvise.
It was like a Brett Favre type, yeah.
Yeah, Matt always wanted to improvise, and that's what guys like Brandon Marshall loved about Matt. Matt, they sat there at the line of scrimmage and throwing each other hand signals and changing the routes. And Matt was like, "All right, this what you want to run? All right." And Pro Bowler, MVP of the team. Like, if it work, it work. But guys like Adam Gase Adam Gase wants to play Madden.
Yeah. He wants to play.
He wants to play Madden. And you run his plays.
Yeah.
Man, get out of here.
You saw it. You saw when the defense was on the field and he's on the bench, just doing his thing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Why are y'all so hard on Tannehill? We never gave him everything he needed.
Are you kidding?
Y'all make all these excuses for Tua, but what did Tannehill have?
Mike Pouncey,
I'm not discussing that. The
uniform. Teron Armstead.
I'm not discussing that.
I mean,
we run down the list.
Is there not the same
I will spar with you on Tua. I'm not wasting my breath on Tannehill.
Ooh, then why he went to Tennessee and did his thing?
Because he had
Derrick Henry.
Oh, so Tua had Achane and Mostert.
Tannehill been out there.
Are you going to compare Mostert and Achane to Derrick Henry?
The production. Matter of fact, I'm going to compare the production and Mostert better. The production they gave Tua in 2023. Are we kidding?
Yes. Derrick Henry when they went to the playoffs and had the number one seed.
The production Achane and Mostert provided in 2023.
He's right.
I'm looking this up.
The production they both provide. But what would have Derrick Henry done in that offense? What would have Derrick Henry have done in that offense? And that's to me the colossal mistake they made in 2024. Derrick Henry was lobbying, banging the table, saying, "Come get me. I want to be with Miami." Maybe that was because he needed them at the table, which is what happens to a lot of teams. A lot of teams, a lot of agents, they want Miami at the table because it means money's going to go get better. But Derrick Henry wanted to be here. Dolphins said no.
Yeah, see, it's moments like that where you miss. You miss big.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that? Like, would you take a Chubb or Derrick Henry?
Who?
Miami.
They clearly took Bradley Chubb. I understand you had young players that Derrick Henry's a difference maker. But listen, that's a whole nother conversation. That's about team building and team construction, and they don't get it. They don't.
And no, ladies and gentlemen, Achane and Mostert are not on Derrick Henry's level. I am talking about the production provided to the team in those seasons.
In that era,
just Derrick Henry in 2020. Just him.
2020?
2020, because isn't that the year that they had the number one seed? Is that what we're talking about?
Tannehill, you talking about with Tannehill?
Yeah, wasn't it 2020?
No, I think that was.
It was it was when Tannehill.
2019 then?
Tannehill, the year Tannehill was the highest rated quarterback in the NFL.
Yes, he was a 117 rating.
Let me say, hold on.
About 11.
2020. We're talking about 2020. Derrick Henry on his own.
Yeah, that's the
2,027 rushing yards on his
that's the
own.
Derrick Henry season. I'm talking about the year
No, it was 2019. Yeah, it was 2019, 2020 that were Tannehill's great season.
Let me see.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back pretty great seasons.
Tannehill's best season was 2020.
Yeah, Tannehill's best season was
3,819 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That was his best year. Derrick Henry had 2,027 rushing yards.
Okay.
The Miami Dolphins as a whole as a team had 2,300 rushing yards.
Yeah.
So you're telling me one man had 2,000 and 2 men had 23.
Now remember,
Tannehill.
No. Mostert and A-Chain, the impact. Look at the touchdowns and everything. The impact overall, that was a crazy successful year.
I agree.
Mostert's touchdowns came from the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, you don't think Derrick a lot?
I actually agree with TD.
I'm just saying. No. I mean, it just isn't. It don't even have to be debated though.
Put Henry in this offense with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
I don't know.
A whole different ball.
I don't know, Omar, because I don't know, because A-Chain and Mostert, when they hit that second, they were gone. Derrick is more of breaking through.
Okay, but
they were that back end speed for those guys.
Fastest times in the NFL, and he's a breakaway runner.
But you weren't using him on. You know what? I'll concede the argument because the one element Derrick Henry gave us is third and short.
He'll break the big run.
He would have gave us also third and short and fourth and short.
And then you would have had more success.
I'll see. I can admit that. Okay, that makes sense. But Tannehill, once again, look at how he was able to produce when he did have it all.
Okay.
That's how I feel about Tua. It's just a matter of because of that.
Yeah, but when has Tua had it all?
Tua got it all.
When?
Tua got it all now. He do.
He doesn't have it all.
No. I'm not. Let's move on. Let's move on.
By the way, shout out to everybody dropping donations, man. All the donations from the show tonight, it's going towards Omar Kelly learning how to read film. The School of Film Study, north of the border. So
it's Canada. We got
we're trying to get him to Canada to learn how to read film. So thank y'all for
that's where Alan is right now. He's up in Canada to learn how to read film.
He's in the summer camp. He's in the reading program to learn how to read film in Canada.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness! But overall, let's get to the title and we'll get to donations because we got a lot to get through. Overall, culture change. No. Will there be a culture change? Will there be a culture shift? Do you think that this is going to change? Because I don't know. They're trying. I'll say this. I'll give this to the Dolphins. From what they're saying, again, I can't. That's all we can go off of because we're not with them in their personal lives. It seems like they're trying. He was talking about his wife is upset that he's hanging out with the guys too much, and Bradley Chubb is talking about everyone hanging out and everyone getting together. And it seems like, and I talked about this in one of my videos, that 2023 they felt like they had it, and then all the injuries they lost it. Like they felt like this is it. We have this team, and then after like week 10, 11, it just and they just know that was their chance.
They lost so many.
Get back to that.
Yes,
so that's what I feel like.
Get back to that. I think there's a lot of. I don't know what happened to the 2024 team. That's something I have to dig deeper with, and talk to more people. They just didn't enjoy themselves. They didn't like one another. They didn't like coming to work. You know, you always hear, okay, you perform better when you like coming to work. Well, clearly people don't like coming to work. And maybe it's the adversity. Maybe everybody's a front runner. And that's why it's hard for me to believe in the culture change, because you learn culture and you learn what a team is made of when they get punched in the mouth. And and that's why I disagree with you, TD, in terms of why you say how teams are playing Miami. You know the teams. There's a common thread in the teams that can beat Miami.
Physical.
They're physical.
Yeah,
they're physical. They're physical. They will punch you in the mouth. If a team has that physical style, like let's say Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Tennessee, and the Eagles. I don't even put Kansas City in that physical category. And they punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
This team in trouble.
Because Omar, let me counter that though, because that's something the last 2 years I've been actually trying to, like, mannerisms and everything, just really study and watch them on the field, right? Let me give you another perspective and you tell me what's your thoughts. I actually saw in the last 2 years a team that was legitimately putting in effort to punch back. But no. Hear me out though. Let me just make this last point. But we can't ignore. It's like I'm a 20-year-old and you're a 5-year-old.
Mm.
I'm bullying you, and man, you're tough. You're punching back, but you're still a 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe is really happening. The talent isn't matching up. Yeah, we got some talent and some great players, but the talent with that physicality ain't matching up. The O-line getting bullied. Our great receivers aren't physical receivers. The only thing that maybe you can look at and say, you know what, those guys are pretty tough. I like our linebacking core to a degree, right? But the outside linebackers, and I'm gonna call the names, man, like Phillips, Chubb, and all them, they're not Aaron Darnolds of the world. It's not.
I hear what you're saying. I do not disagree with you. I think there are specific players. Jalen Ramsey, you punch him, he's gonna punch you back.
Yeah, but that's only one out of every 12.
That's the dog mentality. And I have screamed from the mountaintop. This team does not have enough dogs.
Mm-mm.
They do not. They run from dogs. Now, Mike McDaniel likes complicated personalities, but does he like dogs? Dogs are a little bit different.
But why doesn't he like dogs?
I didn't say he doesn't like dogs.
I don't think he can handle dogs.
I didn't say that. He handled a lot of people. He handled Jalen Ramsey for 2 years, and then the dog
did he, or did he walk on eggshells? And you are the main person.
I think Jalen Ramsey let him handle him for a few years, and then he was like,
Tyreek too. Hey, y'all give me my money. Hey, you got me. Like, come on, Omar.
They know and that's the thing. I love what Tua said. Like, I've been here 5 years. Aren't you tired? Like, aren't you tired of this?
Mm-hmm.
What did he mean by that, though?
He's tired of not losing.
He knows what's being said. They know everybody in the NFL thinks they're a soft team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what Dolphins player does not know that everybody in the NFL thinks they're a soft team?
It gets asked all the time.
We don't even, in the media, we don't even hide it. We don't hide it. We don't tap dance around it. We won't pea foot around it.
Well, that's a good thing for them to acknowledge it, because that at least lets you know they're not oblivious.
And Mike always says the only way to change the narrative is to win the game.
And that's when he go out there and lose.
And then they lose. And and then they play like they're freezing. And it was gosh darn cold in Green Bay. I ain't even gonna lie. That was listen. Hold on. Let me say this. Y'all know I'm a Miami guy. Y'all know I hate cold weather.
Okay.
I had to walk backwards to my car because the windshield was so cold.
Yeah, that sucks. As a Jersey guy, I know what you're talking about.
That wind was ripping through you.
And it's like knives. Yeah, I feel you.
I had to turn my back and walk backwards because it was so cold. Like, so I'm not even gonna front on and I don't tell her business, but they was after the game, they was in the locker room like, God damn, it was cold. Like,
and the hit sting a whole lot more.
Oh, it hurt.
Contact hurt. But that's where the real dogs show up, Omar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
you gotta say, I don't care about pain. Like, let's go.
Oh well.
Here's what I will never forget. This is when I knew the team was over. Like just this whole team in general. When Tyreek versus Kansas City in the playoffs scored that first touchdown, right? And I get to throw him to the ground, but when he scored that first touchdown, do you remember what he did?
No.
Let's go. Y'all lean on me. All up and down the sideline. Y'all lean on me. And when I saw everybody hands in their little front pockets, like,
bro, that was the fourth coldest game in NFL history.
Yeah, but Tyreek knew how important that moment was and the intensity. Let's go. Nobody got up with him.
Stop.
Nobody.
Throw that Kansas City game out.
Why not? Tyreek was ready for it.
Stop. Throw that Kansas City game out. I can't take anybody serious.
Why do you keep saying throw it away? The Chiefs didn't throw it away. That's why they went forward.
They won the Super Bowl. Throw it out. I'm sorry. You wasn't gonna win. You wasn't gonna win. You literally could not throw the ball in one direction, either team.
That's true.
And then when you're trailing, and then the Kansas City got to choose which side they were going. And so in the fourth quarter, the Dolphins have to execute a hurry up going in the direction that you can't throw the ball. Bro, that's what home field advantage is about.
I can't believe you, Omar.
I'm telling you, you can go watch, as they say, because I don't watch coaches' film. Go watch the coach's film of that playoff game. And when the kick is going, watch the ball. When the kickoffs are going, watch the ball. The ball go like this, boom.
Omar,
it would die.
Omar,
you cannot throw that ball.
You still got to show up.
You do.
And show out.
You show up with a run game. What Raheem Mostert was on one leg. You show up with a run game. The
I remember
line, they had Liam Eichenberg on one leg.
Coming out of the tunnel or going into the tunnel, McDaniel was like, "We got to run the ball," and then they didn't run the ball.
They didn't run the ball because Kansas City, they knew all you could do going this way is run the ball.
And did they have like the best defense that year?
But both teams knew that.
No, both teams don't know it intimately. Kansas City knew it intimately.
Yeah, but my whole thing is a game like that, you just needed a mobile quarterback.
No, I don't think that would have mattered.
It would have mattered for the Dolphins.
You could have, but you don't have a mobile quarterback. So put tough titty said the kitty. Like you
know what you're saying to us right now? You're basically saying, hey, if the elements are like this and this circumstance, forget it.
In certain elements, Dolphins not gonna win in a cold game. Done.
What are we doing?
Okay.
What are we doing?
You better win the AFC East. That's what you're doing. Dolphins not winning a cold game. If it cold game, snow game, forget it. Done.
You just said you better win the AFC East. Yep. And then that brings us back 10 notches to say, now you just got to get over the Buffalo hump. When that's going to happen.
Do that. You had the Buffalo hump. You beat Tennessee, you win. You win the AFC East. Done. But you didn't.
But
you had Tennessee in the second game, and then Jordan Poyer spares a guy. Boom.
Raheem Mostert
fumbles.
Is Poyer fault then?
No.
And the second Buffalo game in 2024, that was Poyer's fault.
No, it wasn't Poyer's fault. Raheem put that on him. They don't turn that ball over. Dolphins probably win that game.
They lost that game off of a 61-yard field goal. I honestly think that if they didn't make that field goal and Miami won the coin toss in overtime, I think the Dolphins would have won.
It don't matter. It don't matter because
just before they marched down the field, scored that touchdown.
When they can psychologically get over the hump of Buffalo and like respond when they get punched in the mouth in those situations, they'll have a chance. If y'all like it ain't that hard. Win your division. You host a playoff game. You're probably good, have a very good chance of winning. You take it to the second round. You see what it is. Maybe you're playing a dome team, or maybe the weather's good in your condition, and maybe you get lucky.
You just said it ain't that hard.
It ain't that hard
to win the division.
No, they were in position to win the division in 2023.
Position,
and then it was the final game, right? Wasn't it going down to the final game? And
we just kept losing.
Fourth quarter of the final game, I believe Tua had possession of the ball. Might get my game.
No, you got it. You got it right.
That was the where Tyreek Hill got hurt.
And who got hurt?
Hill got hurt. Got taken out.
Came off the. And
Tua blew it on the last drive.
Straight sacks, or that another game? I'm putting it together.
No, you're in the right game. No.
And
that was a lead up.
Chase Claypool, who wasn't even supposed to be on the field, runs out there on the field, and as Tyreek's replacement. And
Tua don't recognize it. He commands the offense, but don't recognize it.
You are in position. You just fail to rise it to the occasion.
And we're gonna get over the hump this year?
No.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Don't be so definite.
I don't know. I don't know what the team looks like. I can't, bro. I can't even name you the starting cornerbacks. Let me correct myself. I can't name you starting cornerbacks. I have no clue. None. You can name anybody in their secondary, and I'll be like, okay, I can't name you the starting cornerback.
And that goes further into what I'm saying about.
I can name everybody on this list, and Cater Cole, who is going. It could be Artie Burns. It could be it can't be Cam Smith. It could be Ethan Bonner. It could be Jason Marshall Jr.
Storm Duck.
It could be Storm Duck. It could be Isaiah Johnson. It could be Ryan Cooper Jr. It could be BJ Adams. It could be Ethan Robinson. I have no idea. None. Zero. And neither does the team. None. Like, so I'm like, how could I would like you got and let's flip it to the offensive. You've got no depth on your offensive line. None.
No.
None. Liam Eichenberg is your best lineman as a backup. Like, I'm playing Liam Eichenberg at left tackle too. That's how bad it is.
You have no depth at tight end.
We don't have a tight end.
Nah, that's not true.
Well, when Jonu's gone, we got depth at tight end.
And John Embry, how many Hall of Famers has he coached? He'll be all right.
You putting it all on him?
Yeah, coaching makes a difference. He'll be all right.
Okay.
He'll be all right.
If they can get Washington from the Steelers, if they pull something off, I'll feel better.
Washington what? Who? What?
Tight end from the Steelers.
Oh, I don't know if you want Washington more. I used to like him. When you watch his film now, he's slow. He's slow. He looks like an additional blocker.
Doug.
He's very slow.
Omar just said watch film.
Let's get to the donations. We're gonna run out of time. Phil Jones with the $20 donation said,
hey, if you wasn't Reason's father, I'll be all over you. If you didn't birth Reason, I would be all over you.
Omar, I'm not trying to comp how good he is right now. That would be crazy, but I'd rather comparing his style. Whenever I watch Ollie Gordon's highlights, subconscious image of Eric Dickerson pops in my head. Your thoughts?
Because they're both upright runners. He is not Ollie Gordon is not going to have a long career because he is so upright. He's just an easy target, but he's fast. I like him. When the pads come on, we'll see if he can run with power. I have no idea right now. But he can run. He can catch overhand.
Yeah, I saw that one catch. That was nice.
Yeah. I give McDaniel that. He keep his backs.
Oh, McDaniel is like a guru when it comes to identifying backs.
Yeah.
There are people in the NFL who he owes favors to, and they'll be like, give me a back, and they will draft. McDaniel is very respected for finding backs. That's the one position people that I know who have worked with him, they're like, we'll go to him for a back. Like, we trust him for a back. They ain't say they trust him for everything else. They don't trust it. They saying we're not vouching for him for quarterback. We're not vouching for him for tight end. We're not vouching for him for offensive line, but he can identify backs.
Yeah, you keep him on deck. 4 deep.
Capstern Dave, new member.
Salute.
As well as Alomide. Weston McAlexander also.
How many people watching live?
530.
Everybody make sure you press the like button. Get our algorithm up.
Please.
We are at 196. Let's get to at least 300 likes. Weston Alexander, the new member with the $20 donation, said, do you guys think Willie Gay will be the starter this year? Yes, I do. I've been a fan of his. I've been a fan of his since he stepped foot on campus. I think it'll be I like both guys. I like Brooks. I think he has more of the experience. I like him. I think he's going to be that.
You like
rotation.
him over who? Say the
Probably
name.
Brooks. Probably
Brooks. Jordan Brooks? Nah. Jordan. I like Willie Gay. Willie Gay reminds me a lot of Anthony Walker Jr. You watch OTAs and you watch minicamp and be like, that guy's good. And you thought to yourself, like, he might end up starting. He could end up starting. I didn't expect him to start over the guy who got cut. linebacker who kept
The hell was his name? He was like
freelancing and breaking plays. David Long.
Okay.
David Long, but that's the thing. David Long kept not sticking to the foundation of the defense. Like everybody's got responsibility, everybody's got a gap, and he wasn't in his gap. I don't understand the other part of where he said I was a TV star. Oh, he's probably talking about ballers.
Ballers, yeah.
Okay.
Joe with the $5 says, Omar, what's up with you breaking the rules with your Kendall Sheffield question? Go in and tell everyone who's running with the ones.
I didn't say one. I didn't say what unit he was running with. Wow. I didn't say nothing. I ain't say nothing.
Irving said, according to TD with the $2 donation,
hold on. Let me explain the Kendall for if a guy's in a prominent role for 4 of the 7 practices that you've watched, are you not supposed to ask about him? Like, I don't even know this dude. I didn't even know this dude. I didn't even look him up till today. Like, I don't know his background. Like, and he just kept being there.
Yeah, I mean, they see something, they want to test it out.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, you got to build up other people's confidence. Ethan Bonner, you don't have to build up his confidence. Yeah. You don't have to give him a look with the ones. Cam Smith, good God.
No, you don't have to build nothing up. Let's just call it.
No, listen, this is what I don't like about Cam Smith discussion. We as fans and media members, we get in this pile-on mentality once a guy's just let us down, and we don't believe that he could turn the corner. Paul Soliai was once that player, and he turned the corner. They could turn the corner. Mm-hmm. The problem with Cam Smith is the player that I saw as a rookie who deserved to play but never got the opportunity. I haven't seen that player since. I don't know what happened to him, but his confidence might have got rocked. And it's funny because I wanted to ask Mike McDaniel this question today. Like, when you know that you've broken the confidence of a player, how do you build it back?
That's a good question.
And they have clearly, as an organization, broken Cam Smith's confidence, just like the previous organization broke Noah Igbenogany's confidence.
Who did, though?
Vic Fangio broke Cam Smith.
He didn't play him. We needed to play him.
He didn't play him, and he dogged him.
Was it that bad?
Huh?
Was it that bad?
It was that bad.
So he Flores them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah, because who do we start? We started somebody, and everyone was like, "Why isn't Cam Smith getting a shot?" I forgot who it was.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
It was a corner, and he was doing horrible. And we're like, "Why don't you put Cam Smith
because
in?"
They could not trust Cam Smith.
And the fact that he said, I think it was yesterday, he said that somebody asked, are you doing anything different from the past 2 years? And he said, no. I was like,
stop, Doug. I don't want to discuss that.
What kind of, that's a truth question that I was like, what do you don't say that. Irving said, besides Ike, how has
I'm surprised that you saw that, Doug. And I know because you watch all the stuff that we as the media members produce for the content creators.
Thank you.
But we all in agreement said, you know what, we're gonna give him a pass. We're gonna let that slide.
One didn't, and it got through, and I saw it.
Who didn't?
I gotta let me find it.
Yeah, we were like, he don't know what he's saying. We gonna let it go.
Someone did it, and I saw it, and I said, "What?"
we all said,
"What did he just say?"
We all said, "We gonna give this young man a pass because he don't know what he just said." He doesn't know what he just said.
It was Joe Shad. He said, Cam Smith said, really nothing when asked what has he done differently the first 2 seasons with the Dolphins, cited injuries as a factor. I was like, don't say that.
Oh, so you didn't see the video or hear the audio?
No, I saw, yeah.
Oh, okay. We letting Cam. You ain't hear that, Doug. You ain't hear that.
I'll delete it. I'll delete it.
I'm gonna Men in Black you, like, and everybody on the podcast. You didn't hear that. Boom. It's deleted from
We'll
your
let it
memory.
slide. We'll let it
my
slide.
gosh.
Irving with the $2 donation said, besides the Ike,
Eichenberg.
how has Joe Phil been doing?
Phil been doing.
Joe Phil?
Or what are you trying to say?
Irving, you got to
man?
clarify that because
We're all lost on that one.
besides the Eichenberg, how is
Maybe Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips? Oh, maybe
Maybe.
Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips is not really working. Like
Jordan Phillips.
Jordan.
Jordan
Oh,
Phillips.
that's what he's
Because
talking
he
about.
because he manhandled them. Oh, okay. No, we got it. We put them together. We got it, Irving.
We
put them
finally got it,
together.
Irving. We
If
got
Poop was here, we'd have had it right away, but we ain't.
Yeah, we needed Rain Man to help us out.
None of the defensive linemen. I would say the best defensive lineman is Matt Dickerson.
Interesting.
Which should tell you all you need to know.
I thought it was a good thing, but now, oh man.
They're young, they're rookies, they don't know what they're supposed to do, they don't know their technique, they don't know how to anchor, they got to be coached up, they got to learn from their mistakes. Pads aren't on, they can't be violent, they can't be violent with offensive linemen. That's why I try really hard not to judge trench play without the pads. It's literally impossible. So I'm not. I did say on my podcast, Dolphins in Depth, I said I think I named Kenneth Grant as the guy who needs to pick it up, but that's not based on he's been a disappointment. It's based on you're replacing Calais Campbell.
Yeah. Big shoes, yeah.
No, those ain't small shoes. Those ain't small shoes.
It's like putting Shaq shoes on.
Like you, and I understand it's probably not just gonna be you, but yo, bro. Like, and especially keep in mind they're not working with Zach Seidler right now because Zach Seidler not practicing. So it's like I'm trying to be respectful, but those trench players, like, let's just hope they turn up the volume a little bit when the pads come on.
Man,
No B with the tenor says the whole culture change concept is so nebulous.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta make the guys. I'm dyslexic, and you're making me read these words to me. How do you really benchmark this? When milk makes a culture change to cottage cheese, the signs are obvious.
Here's what I will say to the culture change, and I don't know whether it's real, whether it's not, whether it's going to stick, whether it's going to take, whether they're just dipping their toe in the water right now instead of just diving in. I will say this: Joe Philbin's last team, they gave up on him before the season even started. Mike's team is not going to do that.
Oh, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Mike's team is not going to do that. Like,
the way I could see that too is that they are repeating the same culture things. They're not kind of,
and we're not even asking about it.
Yeah, they're not going off of like different. They're all kind of saying the same thing. And
yeah, but we're built.
It's more of we got to change.
We're built not to give up on them because it's a lot. It's a whole new, fresh group of young players.
No, you
still have Bradley Chubb, and you still have those guys there.
Most of 50% of this fan base has already given up on this team before the season even kicked off.
Oh no, I'm talking about the team. They're not going to. You're saying they're not going to give up on McDaniel.
They gave up on coaches before the season began.
Oh, hold on. But were you talking about the players or the fans? Yeah, that's what I meant. When you said, they gave up on Philbin. I'm saying this roster isn't built to give up because there's a whole bunch of young guys too, though.
No, but there's also veteran guys. There's not.
Yeah, but they're his guys.
The young guys. Come on, hold on, bro. There's like what, 12 young guys?
I feel like 30.
Let me count them for you. You count H.N. as a young guy?
Who?
H.N.?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's his guy.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7,
The whole
8.
secondary.
No, I ain't there yet. 8, 8, 8. Okay, 9, 10, 11.
This is at a 90. Oh, TD. Remember.
12.
No.
No, I'm at 12.
I think he's going off of the starters.
13. No, I'm counting everybody. 13. Oh, yeah, the whole secondary is young.
What do you mean, 17?
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 young players.
So it's like what?
That's like that's maybe 30-something percent, 38% of the team.
Now, and you're not counting like the new additions to the team, because those are the guys that we know they're not going to give up.
I'm only factoring
anybody
who really gonna make the team. Like,
but are you also factoring like
Westbrook and
Westbrook and Keene and all of those guys?
No.
But I'm factoring those. Those guys aren't going to give up on a coach being their first year. All I'm saying is, when I look at 53,
they've been the grinder of the NFL. They're basically now minimum salary players. They know how it is.
But they're not.
They don't know the culture.
They're not in a position to be like, oh, I'm giving up on him. They're new.
They're already minimum guys. How much worse can it get?
I'm just saying, I feel like we got like 5 players that are eligible to be a problem, and they're not going to be because they're his guys.
5 players who are eligible.
Yeah, like Tua, Waddle, Chubb,
Tyreek.
That's debatable. So
Jalen, Zach,
Brewer.
I'm not gonna say Jaden
Brewer,
Austin Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Phillips.
But once as a team, once you start seeing those guys start to turn.
Yeah, but those guys, that's what I think that they made sure they were intentional on make sure they got those guys that they know we're in alliance with.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else, we got to figure out a way to
took a pay cut.
Now,
pay cut? No, you're structured. He took a pay cut to stay, right?
He took a massive pay cut. Chubb.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But coming fresh off of that injury, I mean, was it take a pay cut or get cut?
That's not fair, and I hate when people say that stuff because they signed a contract.
I think that's why
but do you think they would have kept him at the higher amount though?
No.
Hey, Omar, no. I got a favor for you.
What's that?
So Bradley Chubb blocked me on Twitter. Can you ask him why?
No.
Bradley, dog?
I think when I was talking about players that might get cut or how to save the cap,
he went from a $20 million player to a $3.5 million player if he plays every single game and meets every single incentive. I'll be pissed.
Yeah. You think he is?
Yeah.
He seemed like he's great spirit.
He is. He is. Put on a
but low key, he's like, ugh.
Well, no, I mean, he knows he's got to play well to reestablish himself as a $10 million player.
But he also got paid a lot of money already and wasn't available. So it's kind of like
you signed his contract and you retouched his contract twice. And he allowed you to retouch his contract twice, and then you do this. That's why I don't like feel good about when players are like, well, let's shake down this player. Like the team signed a contract. Just like and that's why when players like Jonnu and Zach Sealer take the stance that they stand on.
Yeah, and I agree with it.
For him because
I say the same thing on Twitter all the time. People are like, you signed the contract, honor the contract. The team doesn't honor the contract that they signed.
Exactly. Team don't honor the contract. Why should they honor the contract?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. It's the exact same situation in the reverse. Jonnu and Zach are making half of what they should be making. That when a team shakes down a player, it's because they can pay them half of what they're scheduled to pay them. Why is it any different?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it is what it is. I hope there is a resolution. As I said in to my peers, the one thing that we don't know is what Dolphins. We know the Dolphins realize we got to address these contracts.
Yeah.
You got to.
Is that report true that everybody was talking about today? Chubb, they gave his team permission to actually go see.
Oh, you talking
trainer?
about Jonnu? Yeah,
Jonnu. Yeah, I don't know.
Bro, that been a long time. That's why you hear about Pittsburgh. Where do you think it came from?
Oh, okay. Because from what I understood,
you gotta learn how the sausage get made, bro. You got like where do you think it came from? Where you think
I mean, I'm not a film expert. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, bro, yes, this is the team. This is the deal. This is the deal that they got. They got good money from Pittsburgh. Let's get this deal done. Move him. If you're not gonna pay him and pay him what Pittsburgh is gonna pay him, let's move him. But if you are gonna keep him, let's pay him what Pittsburgh is gonna pay him. But Miami's like, we got you under contract. We gotta do nothing.
That's bad business right now, though.
Huh?
It's bad business right now.
It is bad business, which is why you see he ain't show up. Cost himself $105 million, $105,000.
Yep.
He could have showed up today and did nothing, and saved himself $55,000.
Adam Schefter said it was so they let him miss, that it was excused absence, and then told. Yeah, that's what Adam Schefter said. He said
to Jonnu or to
Jonnu. Yeah, Jonnu was an excused absence, and the team let him go find a trade partner.
For real.
I didn't see that. Let me see.
If that's true, then he might be out of here for real.
Watch my video from earlier today. I put it out.
Okay, all right. I did not know that. If the team says they're not going to find him, that's a thing of good faith.
Exactly.
Or they have a deal that they're still working on to move him.
But to get to my initial point, we don't know what, and this is the problem that we have in the media until we hear the terms of what's offered. And sometimes we do hear the terms. Sometimes it trickles down to us. What's supposed they offer Jonnu $9 million a year, double his salary on a 3-year deal, and he said no because he wants 12. Okay, if you didn't accept the 9, bro, I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's supposed they're offering Sealer 16 and he wants 20. Like, Zach, I love you, brother, but you got 16. But Omar,
these could very well be the scenarios because these are both of their potential last big opportunity to get a bag. These could very well, especially coming out both of the years they had.
But you
gotta leverage that.
Yeah. But you know what, TD? And this is where they fell into a bad spot last year. You got to take care of the guys who control and police your locker room. That's Jonnu and that's Zach. They're two of your hardest workers on the team. Jonnu's the last person off the practice field every day. Sealer's the first person in every day.
It just struck me. Hold on. So you mean to tell me if Zach want that 20 and the Dolphins like, we're not going past 15 or whatever that number is, he's gone too?
It doesn't work like that because Zach is tied up for 2 years.
Or is it stalemate? Well, we got you on the con, but
I don't think Zach will hold out. I could be wrong, but Zach doesn't seem like a player who will hold out.
He's just not. Nope, he showed up for work.
He was there in OTAs too.
He's there. He's just not participating.
Yeah, so in a month or so he'll be show me the money.
No. I don't know. I can't speak for that.
The man lived in a trailer even after getting his first contract. So it's like I don't think he's the type of player who's going to hold out and bitch and complain about money. Let's get to these donation stuff because it's already.
You don't want to be with an organization that doesn't want to take care of you.
Yeah, exactly. Devin with the 20 says, I have a crazy request for Omar to ask Tua next time he has a press conference. I'm curious to know how he feels about all the talk about the team tanking or this so-called youth movement. Great show, guys, and thanks.
What you talking about? The tanking for team tanking to get him? You got to clarify that.
Some people feel like the team is tanking
in general because the way that they're building, people think that they're tanking now.
They're not tanking.
That's
ridiculous. That's truly ridiculous.
Yeah. With a $10 donation said, with recent news of the Steelers being interested in Jalen Ramsey.
I missed that too. When did it happen?
It's I'm telling you,
it
watch
came
my
out
video earlier
about
today. I
both
have
of
the
them
clip in there.
being
What
interested
happened?
in both of them actually now.
I think it was Tuesday's NFL Live. Adam Schefter was reporting on it. Yeah. Could we see a return of Minka? No, I don't think Minka's ever coming back to the Dolphins.
Minka's never coming back here.
No.
This is a draft pick, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, 100%.
Pittsburgh ain't giving away any quality players.
Chris with the $2 donation said, Omar, Doug, TD, what's your cologne? What's your go-to cologne? I wear deodorant. I don't wear cologne.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on, Doug. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, wait. Come on, Doug. You got to put on some cologne.
Yeah, we got to get Doug right.
Come on.
I just smell good. I put deodorant on. I'm good to go.
Deodorant is not cologne, Doug. Deodorant just
I don't need it.
Wait a minute. Ask your. How about you ask your wife? Would you like me to wear a cologne? She doesn't care.
For you. She doesn't care. She doesn't buy me cologne. And when I get a cologne, I'm like, oh, look at this. And she's like, it smells
so you
nice.
have a cologne?
I did. I don't remember the name of it.
So it's like in your house right now?
No, I haven't worn cologne a very long time.
All right.
When you don't have to impress women anymore, I don't wear.
You still have to impress women, Doug. Even when you're married, you still have to impress women. They actually want to have to sleep with you.
I don't got any problems with that category. You guys know. Anyway, Ohio John with the $10 donation. Soft practice were criticism last season. Do you expect more physical practice to be a part of the culture change?
I
bring
never
back the TNT wall.
I never ever said that they had soft practices. And I watch practices harder than just about everybody but Poop Hard.
But I like the joints because they're always physical.
Oh my God, the joint.
The one I went to last year with the Washington Commanders.
Yeah,
remember they got into a fight.
You were there for Jalen Daniels lighting them up.
Yeah.
That was practice. That was
funny because I was sitting with. I met Omar. He was doing the radio show with Joe, and I met with him.
Okay.
And then he was like, sit up with us. And I said, all right. So I'm sitting with everyone, which is really cool.
See, look how I open my arms to the content creators.
And they work with each other. All of them were like, you see that? You see that? Like, it was really cool. I think I met Isaiah Smalls before he started writing his own stuff, because I think he was working with you or.
Yes, we have to. When there's joint practices and they go double fields, we have to work together. So that you don't miss everything.
Yeah. Why do y'all sit at the end?
What'd you say?
Why do y'all sit at the end? Why don't y'all come in the middle at the 50 at the top? It's like
there's a nice breeze up there.
We're not telling you. We're not telling you.
You get a better view.
We're not telling you.
Oh, I mean, you ain't gotta tell me. I'm just saying you get a better.
We're not telling you.
Like I remember.
You just think that seat is better. Go ahead.
There was a scuffle.
I've been over it, man. Man, it's better, man.
I remember there was a scuffle and it was Liam Meikenberg got into a scuffle with someone. Remember that?
No, I don't remember that. But I might.
Because somebody said, "Oh, they're fighting," and then someone else was like, "Who is it?" Liam.
That was a good practice. I was watching the defense from the far field. I usually take the far field because I have better eye. Even though I don't have good eyes, I have better eyes for watching practice, and the far field is very hard to watch practice.
Yeah,
the close field, if you miss something, I'm gonna slap you. Like the far field, like you gotta be really on your game. But yeah, that far field, Jalen Daniels, he was lighting them up, and that was the practice where Jalen Ramsey ended practice cussing out everybody on that team, telling them we not finna be bitches anymore. Like even the owner, I was just like, and now he's leaving.
I remember they cut the practice short because the Commanders head coach was like, "My guys are dropping. We need to go inside."
I didn't remember that. Yeah. The humidity is
because I remember you were like, "All right, Doug, we're going in. I'll see you later." I'm like, "Bye." And all of you guys just went inside.
We went inside the tunnel. We went inside. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you guys went in the dome for the other half of practice, and I don't have credentials, so I was like, "Bye, guys. I'll see you later." CJS with the $2 donation says, "Not falling for the talk. Show me, don't tell me." I agree 100% with that one.
I agree.
Joe with the $5 says, "If TD can't admit that Henry is on another level despite production, he did. Can you speak on the respect Henry warrants in regard of the balance to balance offense?"
You want to get them safeties up?
Yeah, Derrick Henry. You
Yeah, Mike learned a new problem. He's like, oh, safeties are 2 yards back from where they're supposed to be. Oh,
get yourself a
shoot.
Henry. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you go get Derrick Henry?
Stewart with the 15 Aussies. He said, all the way from Australia, best Miami Dolphins podcast around. Keep it going. We appreciate you.
Nice.
Chip with a $50 donation.
Yeah.
Support the
Big dog.
grind and the need of Coco B wear emojis.
Bro, you come with that every week. Man.
We're getting those. The need for a real backup left tackle is about it as high as the need for a corner. Is it that bare, Omar?
Yes. I wanted to ask Mike about it, but I didn't want to back him into a corner.
Dropping Dimes with the 7 said, how can the team talk about accountability but not hold Ramsey accountable? He should be fine. This is why I don't buy
fine
the change.
No. They're giving him permission to not be there.
Yeah.
Fine for what? I understand. I hate when they, you don't want to be part of us. You don't want to be part of the culture. You don't be whatever. Jalen Ramsey does not participate in the off-season program. He's never participated in the off-season program. He's not gonna. He's a father during this period of his season. Like, why? If you're not with your kids and this is your time to be with your kids and your opportunity to be a parent in their life, I am not going to chastise you and criticize you because you don't want to be here and lift weights with your team. But that's not all that it's about. So
it's behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
K-Salt with the $10 donation said, keep up the great work, fellas. Great to see 4 different opinions actually talk about it without bloodshed. Us fans are more aggressive than the team. We're not even taking up any cap space. Yeah, I'm seeing in the chat, there's some people coming after me. I don't appreciate it.
What you did, Doug? I told you I want spicy Doug today.
They're gonna get it today. Mr. Bonafide, new member. Shout out to you. Greg with the 5 said, what do you guys think we get if we package Ramsey and Jonnu?
A third.
Hopefully a player and a pick if we're giving
a
up
third,
2.
but you probably got to throw him $5 million.
Yeah,
because the Ramsey.
No, they don't even have their third, so you can't even get a third.
Oh,
true. Capster and Dave said, we miss Allen. Without him, TD hijacks the show and retreading same tire Tua bashing. Let's see what Omar saw at camp yesterday.
Did I bash Tua? When did I bash Tua?
You did. Today. You bashed him.
When?
You comparing him to Tannehill coming out here.
Tannehill better.
Saying he got chicken legs. Coming out here saying no nipple having.
I got faith in Tua this year, man. I'm rooting for my guy. Let's go. Let's get it done.
Isaiah Johnson, again, my sleeper to be the boundary cornerback. He came down. Was that the day before? I can't remember. These days start to like lump in together. Willie Gay was the top performer from yesterday. There was a rookie offensive lineman. No, that was the day before. Damn, these days lump in together. Rookie offensive lineman. Y'all know Teddy Cushy from Western Michigan. And I was like, I'm intrigued. I don't know, like he can move people, but then I wasn't paying attention to who he was moving. So that's when, wide receiver, D. Eskridge, he good. Malik Washington, you know he's good. Nick Westbrook showed up in red zone day, which we talked about. Who made plays the other day? Jalen Wright, he's really turning up. Ollie Gordon, I like his speed. Zach Wilson.
Alan's not here to come after you for that one.
No. He saw it. Jack Wilson is hot and cold. Oh my God. Oh, I forgot to say Devon Achane. He be burning people.
I'm excited to see what he can do.
I'm doing in the Miami Herald tomorrow. I have my offseason superlatives coming out, and for the second straight year, I named Devon Achane the top performer in the offseason program, and I'm like, damn, that's impressive. Now, hopefully, they put an offensive line with him, and we'll see what happens.
AJR with the fiver says,
but he burned Jordan. Like they're working on stuff, and I shouldn't really clarify this. They're working on stuff where they get the inside linebackers isolated on Waddle and Devon. Cook season. Like it is Cook season. Those guys like gone. So it looks nice, but the defense blitzed Wednesday. The defense did blitz packages Wednesday. Totally destroyed the offense.
Yeah. Do you think it's because the pads weren't on, so the offensive line couldn't really get a hold of them, or?
It's about blitz recognition and the hot routes with the receivers and chemistry with Tua and the receivers, and not just Tua, but the other quarterbacks as well. Zach just took way too many sacks. Zach was just like, "Oh my God, the guy's rushing me."
AJR with the fiver said, Asante Samuel said, the cold weather dogs can change when they sign in Miami. The heat softens you. Home field matters.
The heat softens you. Cold weather. I don't know, but I'll ask Asante. I don't know what that means.
William Ray with the tenor says, all right, Doug, let me know you're getting it in. All right. I do already have a daughter. I'm just going to say that. Derek Love with the tenor. He said, Omar, do you think Miami, McDaniel and Grier were given assurance by Ross that they're safe for another year past the season? Trading your best player seems odd if they're on the hot seat.
Absolutely not.
Do you think McDaniel aggravated by like these contracts and stuff?
No, this is part of the league. This is part of the business. Okay. Like, think about his first year. He's Connor Williams. This is part of the NFL. It comes with it. McDaniel has been cursing more, and I think that's not frustration. That's him actually just showing us who he really is, because we know he curses. I don't understand why so many media. He makes funny jokes. He made jokes today. Like, I was having this conversation with Pert before we did the press conference. He's like, yeah, I'm going to ask Mike about why he's cursing so much. Is he testy? Is he whatever? Like, he's toned down the jokes. Like, Mike started off with like 4 or 5 jokes. Like, it's the same Mike. He's just not afraid to curse.
He's potty mouth.
Yeah, he's been a potty mouth. Yeah.
All right, we are going to get out of here. We went way over, half hour over.
90-minute show.
Drop the kid.
Did we do all the questions, though?
Yes, we got them all. We did get them all.
Doug, you
so
see
go
it down
check
there?
out Omar Kelly, Miami Herald. You can check out TD Fins Talk, youtube.com/TD Fins Talk, Roundtable Sports. You can check me out, youtube.com/Dougly Do Wrong. We will see you Tuesday. I think things are going to change. I'm just going to give you a little 411, a little behind the scenes. Things are going to change because obviously there's no football. So we're not going to be twice a week. We'll give you an update and everything. We'll post it in the community tab and everything. But I think we'll see you Tuesday. We'll let you know if things change. But other than that, we are out. We'll see you later.